1.7 FM.
A new day begins. It's time to shine. A day is made by his grand design. So fill up your cup as you listen in. Wake up in the morning with Shelly on WAPN. On WAPN.
Good Friday morning, TGIF. Thank God I'm forgiven. Thank God it's Friday. This week has been a different week for me. I hope all is well with you. The Lord, I trust you. Well, today, Lord, I trust you with timing, with your timing, because I have been waiting on apart information all week long. We have a black tower, which means no lights on the tower. We don't know why we have no lights on the tower. Shane has troubleshooted. They think they know, but it's like clicking on and off. So we've got to try a part on it to see what it's even doing. So it's kind of like we're in the wait game. And we don't know for sure if this is even going to work or it's not going to work or what's going on. There was oil everywhere from a compressor, so we just don't know. And so finally this morning when I came to work, there's not one and not two, but 3 delivery notices. Okay. I know, 3. And they're all completely different. I mean, like so far different. I have no idea when the part is actually going to get here. Worst scenario, Monday at 7 p.m. Yeah. So pray for his timing today. Yeah, I'm into his timing now. And I know God's got the perfect timing, and I know it is always his timing. But why send me 3 different notices with 3 different dates on it with 3 different times? I had that happen yesterday. I was waiting for something personal, not for business. But I got like 42 different texts and messages about the item, and it still got delayed. So I just got to trust God on this one, that our part has actually been shipped and that it's going to be here. Worst scenario, late Monday night. So pray for WAPN. That will mean that we are 8 days, from the date that we have to have it done. Yes. So it's a little bit of pressure, a little bit stressed, a little bit of stretching, but I know that God has it, because lately he's been putting me in situations to stretch. Yeah, to really trust him. And it's funny that I'm doing, Lord, I trust you. And it's funny that I did those 7 days with 7 different things. And, it did make a difference. What are you doing to speak to your situation? I've always done a favor book for like years. I love In God's Favor, Joel Osteen. I love Joel Osteen. And I think he's just an exhorter. I think that he's just a positive person. And I do like positive. So I've done this. Now, this is like my 2nd or 3rd book because I ruin them because I go through them so much. And what I love about this is I don't do it by the days. I just open it and set it down. I do my program, and then I see what God has to say. So I am a favor of God kind of person. Scriptures, of course, every day are everywhere. I'm not good at remembering scriptures. I used to be when I was little, and I would win contests and all that, but I am not now. And I believe in setting yourself up for success, setting yourself up for the day. I do all those little things. And so I am a person that likes information. I like numbers and information. And so these last couple of weeks, I have been pushed on information. I have been stretched on information. I've been like crazy woman about trying to find out stuff. And it's funny because yesterday morning, Crystal and I were texting back and forth, and she said something, and she needed something from me. And I said, okay, I'll try to get to it, because I got a lot of stuff going on. And I did one thing, and it was like exactly what I would say, exactly what would be. It was me. It was totally what I felt, what I needed, and everything. And I just giggled when I was reading. I said, God, look at you. You know every hair on my head. You know me from the top of my head to the soles of my feet and everywhere in between. You know exactly what is going on. You know your timing, you know your preparation, you know everything. And I was just giggling when I did that. And I was sharing that with Yvonne yesterday when I was driving. I said, it's so funny how you're in the middle of 582 things and you need to do something. And God does it completely for you. And you're just like, wow, 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 wow. And I expected that throughout this week with this part. I just was stressing over it. And and God just said, there's nothing you can do about it. And there has been nothing I can do about it. We can literally do nothing until we get this part and try this. And then we will know the direction we need to go. And I prepared, Chloe and I went out there and prepared. I've prayed. I've, done all the things that I can physically and emotionally do. And it was out of my control. And so it was comical this morning when there was 3 different delivery dates for one item. And I was like looking at them and reading them and I was kind of laughing. I was going, well, what does this mean? Because the funny part is the earlier dates and times were the first emails. So the most recent email was saying Monday night at 7. So I would think that would be the right one, and then I was thinking about how yesterday it was on and off that this item was going to get delivered. And then it completely never came. What did we do back in the days? Tim and I have been watching Little House on the Prairie, not the old one, but the new one. And actually, we just finished it the other day. And it was funny because how did they do anything? They didn't have all the conveniences that we have, all the ways we have of, shipping things and getting things and listening to the radio in Africa right now, if you want to, through streaming and through the app. And it was just funny that we have so many conveniences, but still life is simple. And I think I kind of needed that. And so today is about his timing, because no matter what technology we have or what items we have or how we do stuff, it's still out of our control. It is still out of our control. We just have to be prayed up and we have to trust God and just know that we know that we know that we know. And I'm going to go through today. I got a busy day ahead. This morning, I'm kicking it here, and then I got to go take care of my little 93-year-old, and then I'll come back, and we're doing interviews this morning about Hope Fest. Super excited about that. And then tonight at Lighthouse for Christ here locally, right down the road, like a mile down the road, Pastor Ron Fessel's church, B. Cody, his ministry is going to be there doing a video. And so that's at 5 o'clock. I guess everybody's invited to that. So that is tonight. Kind of the kickoff, I would say, the pre-party for Hope Fest. That's the way I looked at it when I read it. So that is tonight at 5 o'clock, right down the road here, Lighthouse for Christ. That's some general roots in this town. Pastor Ron Fessel, has been in this area for, I want to say 52 years now, or 51 or 52 years. He's been a pastor here. And humble beginnings. He was a good friend of my father's. He was one of the first people on WAPN. He was on WAPN for like 40 years. And all in all, just great guy, great pastor, friend of ours. Actually, yesterday I had to go over to his place. Tim sent me by there for something, and it was cute because Ron will always be a huge part of my life. And then I saw that, they're kicking it off tonight at his church. And I thought, isn't that neat? The things that are, the generals in our town, the places that have been here forever, the landscape of our area. And it just made me smile because I thought that's another ministry that is still here and is still thriving today. And I thought, I just love it. I just love how God has done something right now, a revival in this area. And, that was about what it wrote about yesterday. It was the revival. How many years WAPN has been on the air. And, it's not just about the preaching or the teaching. It's about the listener. It's about the prayer. It's about that song that ministered to you. And it was just so special to me. And as I was reflecting on all of this, and I think how far we've come in 41 years to be this stressed over something that is out of my control, this part that I can't figure out exactly when it's going to be here. And I don't even know if it's going to work. And I just thought, but God's timing. Hasn't God's timing been in all things? To us, it seems a lifetime, or it seems out of whack, or it seems out of control, or whatever it seems. But God knows. He knows the beginning, he knows the end, and he knows everywhere in between. And I thought, it's going to be the right way on his timing. You know, when we first started out, and we probably went 3 miles, we were in a yellow shack out back with no bathroom, no AC. And when the train went by, the entire building shook so bad we couldn't be live. To having another station that we sold, and then having the second station that we started 6 weeks after my father died, to the property we thought we were going to be on up there, and that didn't work out. And then this property, and how God allowed us to move inside, and we added a second story, and now we're tower owners. You look back, and if you had to write the story, it wouldn't be where it's at today. But you haven't had to write the story. God has been the author the entire time. We've tried to do the footnotes, or whatever they're called, and we've tried to put our words in or whatever. And if you know me, I'm not good at writing. Everybody always says, are you ever going to write? No, I'm a sticky girl. I am a sticky girl. And I always tell people, I write like I talk. I don't have commas and periods and, you know, all that stuff. It's just, I'm raw and real. But that's how God made me. And so as I'm in the middle of the story, and I feel like I'm in the middle, I feel like God is not done yet. I feel like he's about to do something amazing and exploding. And, you know, you say that every year, you know, as you're making your New Year's resolutions, which I don't do. I'm a goal person. I'm not a resolution person. And you say, well, this year, this is going to happen, or this season, or this whatever. It's always God's plan. We might think that we're doing it. We might think that we've got the idea, but actually God is giving you that idea. He's giving you that opportunity. He's giving you that resource. He's giving you that desire. And so as we go into the next thing, whatever it might be, know that God already went before you. He's already all the way down the road, lining it up and figuring it out for you. So even though in the natural, I might be frustrated over a package that I'm waiting for to come, I know that God's got it. You know, I can't control it. I can't do anything about it. So I've got to go out of town. And I was like, do I not go? No, I go. Because what is doing not going? And, you know, that's huge for me. I cannot control the situation. I just have to give it to God. So whatever you're facing today, or facing this week, or whatever it is, know that it's his timing and not yours. And he's got it the entire time. He's got it played out already. You do your part and he'll do the rest. And so as we go into this Friday, I'm going to do my part and let God do the rest. Let's get our favor on. Let's get this day going. And it is, no matter what you're up against today, don't ever rule out the favor of God. It's just another friendly reminder. God's got it. And he's got the perfect plan. So today is Friday, August 21st, 2026. The weather 90 today with the low 73. Was yesterday's weather the weirdest weather ever? It was like a pressure zone for my head all day long. I mean, I had the worst migraine yesterday, and it just was pressure. And then the storm came. And the funny part is, through all of that, I was praying for somebody else all day long. I was just, my heart was so heavy. And it's like when the skies opened up, the release happened. And I was like, wow, God had it. He had a plan all day yesterday. So today the weather is 90 with the low 73. Madison's 90 with the low 73 also. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday, Holly, Jean, Gina, Amy, Trevor, Diana, and everybody else that's having a birthday, anniversary, whatever you're doing this weekend. Happy, happy, happy. Today is no foodie day, but it's Senior Citizen Day, and it always makes me giggle when I say that. I do not look at myself as a senior citizen, but my husband will remind me daily that I am. It just makes me giggle when I saw that today. Remember tonight, Lighthouse for Christ, 1247 Center Avenue right here in Holly Hill. The B. Cody Shields and his ministry. They're doing a video, 5 p.m., dress appropriate. It's for the music video. And then tomorrow, Hope Fest is here. Hope Fest 2026. It's been in the making for 11 months. Lots of ups and downs and lots of different things. But God. Tomorrow it will happen on Manatee Island. If you have a VIP ticket, it starts at 3 for you, 4 o'clock for everyone else. Tickets are still available on Eventbrite. And for more information, you can give Crystal a call, or if you're volunteering or whatever you're doing, it is here. It is Christian hip hop. It is food trucks. It's worship. It's a kids zone. It's a little bit of everything. So Hope Fest 2026 is tomorrow at Manatee Island right here in Daytona Beach. We will be doing some interviews later on today about it. So tune in later on and hear all about it. Well, y'all, it is Friday morning. Let's start this weekend right. Y'all have a wonderful, great day. I am praying for you as you pray for me. I'll see you in a little bit with Hope Fest.